found you, faker.
Faker? I think you're the faker.
Pinocchio!
Around here. You're comparing yourself to me? You're not even good enough to be my...
This video contains
Disney! Wow, our first live-action Disney review. Great. Alright, so let's start off with the things that I liked.
You tell me I'm untrue and good for nothing too.
Nothing. It sucks. That's it. The end.
You get nothing.
Just kidding. As hard as it is to admit, there actually are a few things I liked about this movie. Geppetto's clocks are all references to other Disney movies. It's not much, but it's just a nice little detail. Okay, in my opinion, the CGI isn't that bad. I think it's neat that they made Pinocchio look like a 3D version of his original self, instead of just looking like some hideous, hyper-realistic abomination like what other CGI movies have done. Same with Jiminy Cricket and the Fox Dude. I'm also a little impressed that they made the shadow guys who captured the donkeys on Pleasure Island look like literal moving shadows instead of just having them be guys in black like I expected. I don't know, I just thought those were alright. Oh, another thing I liked was the fact that Pinocchio uses his own lies in order to escape Stromboli's cage. Unironically, I think that was a better way to have him escape than the fairy just giving him a get-out-of-jail-free card like in the original. Oh yeah, I also liked the fact that the coachman got his own villain song. It's no Shiny or Be Prepared, but I didn't dislike it, and that's good enough for me.
You did it. Good job. I can't believe it. I'm proud of you.
Alright, now let's get to everything wrong with the video. AKA the fun stuff.
My, how you lie, lie, lie.
Everything else. Aside from my positives I described, this is just the sanitized, shitty version of Pinocchio like we all expected. Literally, in the first scene, the cricket is trying to deconstruct the whole once upon a time trope, and I'm like, who cares?
Once upon a time. Never understood that expression. How can you be once upon a time?
You're so smart, I'm gonna throw up. Hold on.
Sadly, the whole movie is like this. When the sinister fox and cat try to convince Pinocchio to become an actor, he actually listens to Jiminy and declines the offer at first. In the original, he's very easily swayed, and that's kind of the point. He learns from his experiences in order to become a real boy in the end. But here, we have to justify why him becoming an actor is so tempting by showing him try to go to school and then getting kicked out because they're racist against puppets. It's like the movie's so scared to just be itself that it needs to rationalize its own existence. This is the most common theme amongst the Disney live-action remake epidemic, and this one is no exception.
Trust me, this movie's so deep, you guys! You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, there's more!
Instead of the fox and cat tricking him again, this time it's an accident, and he just happens to get abducted by the coachman on his way to Pleasure Island already. Oh yes, because everyone loves it when writers resort to the whole wrong place, wrong time scenario.
If that seems like a cop-out to you, congratulations! You get a cookie.
Anyway, once again, Pinocchio's head is already in the right place at first, and it's only due to peer pressure that he agrees to go. Even when he gets there, he spends the whole time looking really uncomfortable, and holy shit, what is this insufficient diarrhea? He's riding with Lampwick and watching in horror as the other kids destroy clocks like the one from his dad's house? Subtlety, what is subtlety? Oh, wait, this movie's all about being a good Christian boy, and the Bible says Satan is subtle. So I've heard. Actually, under that logic, it makes sense why they're so upfront. If appreciating good writing means embracing the dark, well, too bad. It's not my fault the sinners are much more fun. Oh yeah, they also removed the scene where Pinocchio smokes and gets high off his ass, because of course they did. Can't let the children see smoking.
Think of the children.
But it was shown to be a bad thing in the original already. What the fuck? And since he didn't smoke, when stuck inside the sea monster, he has to use a different fire-catching trick that he learned accidentally while on Stromboli's show, which, I mean, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. Whatever, anyway. There were a couple other things that bugged me, like the fact that they have to explain that Stromboli got arrested after the girl character who exists now escaped from him, yet they never clarify if the coachman got arrested, even though he turned people into donkeys and sold them into slavery.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Apparently, making a puppet act out in front of other people for his amusement and gold is a worse crime than being literally turned into a donkey and sold into slavery, I guess. The last thing that really irked me about this movie was the implying that Geppetto wished for his puppet to become a real boy so that he could replace what I think was his dead son, which exists now also. And in the end, after Pinocchio saves him from the most drawn-out, fake-out death I've seen in a long time, he says that he's sorry he made him think he had to live up to someone else. And wow, this is a really touching moment. Or at least it would have been if you had established that he gave the impression of wanting him to be someone else in the first place. Oh, my mistake. That would require making the audience to feel bad. And we can't have that in the live-action, self-loathing, 4 kids Barney the dinosaur version of Pinocchio. Yeah, I stole that from Shafferless. Thanks, by the way.
You tell me I'm untrue and good for nothing too.
So, yeah. The movie sucks, just like the rest of the live-action epidemic. But I just want to take a moment to discuss how much it irritates me personally that pretty much every Disney movie of the last 10 years has been so fucking insecure despite owning basically everything at this point that they feel the need to directly pander to these stupid fuckers who live in their mom's basements complaining about everything. Newsflash. Nitpickers can't be satisfied. That's how being a nitpicker works. As someone who used to be that way, I would know. All you're doing is making them go harder than normal because you let them see just how tight you are about making stories. But Evan, they're trying to appeal to the largest possible audience. Well, too bad. Because guess what? You can't actually please every single person, no matter what you do. Even if you've made a masterful movie, even if you've constructed it in the best possible way, there will always be people who dislike it. Unfortunately, not everyone will understand art for what it really is. That is how opinions are. And I would much rather live in a world where everyone has different opinions, but can think for themselves, than one where everyone is just has the same opinions and no one cares about anything, like what the nitpickers probably think we should have. Anyway, I may talk about this in greater detail in another video, but for now, that's all I have to say. Movie bad, it has some undeniable appeal, but is overall just the lamer version of the original movie. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see us review any other movies, please leave requests in the comments below, and have a great day.